What's up, guys? Ian here, coach of your Ladner Lanturn, bringing you guys our Week 4 match in Dunsparces and Dragonites, or the DND. This week we are taking on my good buddy Jed, coach of the Adelaide Redraks. I don't usually do this, but I really only have two friends who consistently upload. Actually three, I guess, if you include Rudiger, but I haven't had to play Rudiger since he started his channel. So Jed, Nacho, and Rudiger. I think if I'm missing anyone, please let me know. So I will link him down in the description because he's a really good buddy of mine, and he also posts a bunch of Draft League stuff that you guys might like. So yeah, we're playing Jed in the Dunsparces and Dragonites. This is our Week 4 match. We're 2-1 coming into this match, and I'm hoping to pick up another win. This is an out-of-conference game, so it's kind of nice to pick up those wins, especially since we lost a mid in our first out-of-conference game. But let's run through what Jed has on his team. He has Hydreigon, Mamoswine, Araquanid, Hitmonlee, Electrode, Celesteela, Whimsicott, Alolan Marowak, Espeon, Dodrio, and Golbat. The only one he brought that I wasn't expecting was the Golbat. I was anticipating Araquanid or Hydreigon to come. I think Webs can do really well against my team, slow down something like Medicham. I did bring two Defoggers in case he did bring the Webs, and a Spinner. I brought 3 forms of hazard removal in case he wanted to do that. Is it all my hazard removal? I'm pretty sure I brought all my hazard removal in case he wanted to get up Webs, yeah. But if you haven't seen my team builder, you should check that out, because I love talking, and I love talking about my team. So this team is actually physically defensive Ferrothorn, specially defensive Zapdos, Scarf Primeape, Scarf Togekiss, 4 attacks with Fake Out Mega Medicham, and Specs Cryogonal. Looking at team preview, I notice he doesn't have Hydreigon, which I sped crept with a few things, so he's got Dodrio and Espeon, which are really fast. I'm thinking like Scarf Mamoswine could be a thing. I'm not sure if Hitmonlee Scarf or not. That could also be a thing. He has hazards with Mamoswine and Stealth Rocks. He's also relatively weak to rocks on his side of the field. Golbat and Dodrio both take a ton of damage from rocks, so at some point I'm going to try and get up rocks on him. The only problem is that he likes to Magic Bounce with Espeon. So my play was kind of to lead with something that can deal with the Espeon. He has removal in Hitmonlee and Golbat with Defog and Rapid Spin, and he didn't bring either of his 4x weaknesses. So Celesteela could be a problem. That thing is just absolutely a beast, and it can run so many different sets. I have no idea what it is. Mamoswine is usually a Life Orb attacker, Choice Scarf user kind of thing. Golbat's no Violate Mon that just like sits there and walls things. Hitmonlee could be a variety of things. He could be like Normal Gem on Burden kind of set, a Reckless High Jump Kick sets. I'm thinking Espeon might be Specs. I know he brought Specs against Morgan, I think, and he just bopped something turn 1. No, it was against Shiny Krabby, and he absolutely destroyed Naganadil's life on turn 1. That's what it was. Dodrio, I'm not sure what to expect. The only Dodrio set I know is like the Sword Stance variant, so we'll kind of see what's going on with that. I know Dodrio's a really cool Pokemon, and I'm really glad that he drafted it, actually, because it's kind of getting some... its time in the limelight a little bit here, especially after it got better by getting Jump Kick in this generation and SD in this generation. So yeah, I'm going to be completely honest. I just played the friendly against Jed in the CCBL, and I don't remember what I lead with. So I'm going to lead with something, and he's going to lead with something. I lead with the Cryogonal. Why is it doing fast when it's on normal? I lead with the Cryogonal, expecting him to go Espeon, and I can just like fire off an Ice Beam and hurt that thing a little bit, because we can actually tank a Choice Spec Psychic. But he leads Hitmonlee, so I'm going to go to Ferrothorn to take whatever hit he wants to go for here, and he's actually going to go for Knockoff. And based on that damage, we see that that's banned. That's actually Jolly Choice Band, I think, or Adamant, it doesn't really matter. But he's Choice Banded, so I know he's not outspeeding some stuff. The only problem in the calcs I was running is that Mach Punch destroys Cryogonal. It OHKOs regardless of what's happening. So he doesn't even have to be Scarf against that. But the fact that Hitmonlee is not Scarfed is really good for Togekiss, because it means Togekiss will outspeed this thing. So I'm just going to go for a move of some kind this turn as he switches into Celesteela. I go for Knockoff, that's what it is. I was trying to get rid of his band, or whatever was switching in, because I know he was locked in a Knockoff, and he's not going to go for another Knockoff on me, so I just got rid of Celesteela's leftovers. Now I'm going to paralyze this thing, because I'm a dick, and I like to paralyze, as he blocks me and traps me in here. Which is perfectly fine with me, to be honest, because honestly, I like this matchup unless he has Flamethrower, which it seems he doesn't, as he goes for Leech Seed, which is probably a misplay. So I get up the rocks because if he's going to trap me, then he wants to stay in here. And I know that that means Espeon's not coming in to stop me from getting up stealth rocks. So because these rocks are up, I'm actually going to need to pressure his team a little bit to keep them up because I need to make sure that Golbat can't get a free defog off of me. I'm actually going to knock off a few times here. I actually get a crit there. I'm still not sure what that is, what kind of set that is. It's really hard for me to tell based on that knockoff damage because that knockoff damage, it looks like it's max HP, max defense, but I found out afterwards that he is actually modest with a lot of special attack investment. So I'm not sure why knockoff wasn't doing too much. We do get a couple paras here and a couple crits on knockoff, but eventually we're just going to die to an air slash here. Which is fine with me. Ferrothorn is dead, it's whatever. Now, I thought long and hard about this, and I decided to go Mega Medicham. We actually are carrying the Thunder Punch, and I don't want to reveal it because Thunder Punch does work against his team. Celesteela, Dodrio, and Golbat, none of those want to take a pure power Thunder Punch from Mega Medicham, but I thought that he might anticipate it and go into Mamoswine, so I was like, okay, if Drain Punch kills here, I'm going for Drain Punch, because that prevents the Mamoswine from coming in, and then he likely goes Golbat or something on the next turn, and then I can Zen Headbutt it and destroy it or something like that. So I'm just going to go for the Drain Punch here, and his response to this is Espeon, which has now taken some rocks damage. Zapdos is my Sped F wall, and we see that that's not Choice Specs based on that damage. There's no way that's Choice Specs. He's something else. I was thinking maybe Scarfed Espeon. He could be Scarf Espeon because I haven't seen, we saw that Hitmonlee is not Scarf, and I haven't seen a Scarfer yet, so I was thinking it could be Scarf Espeon. I'm going to go for the Discharge? Discharge here, I think? No, I go for the U-turn on his Protect, because I thought he was going to switch out, so I thought that I could get some momentum. Now he's going to switch into Golbat as I predict that and go for the Discharge. It wasn't actually a prediction, but that did a lot of damage to the Golbat. Especially because of the rocks damage there, that's really clutch that I got kind of a higher roll in the Discharge there. It's really important that Golbat can't get a defog off for free. So this turn, I need to go for Discharge again to kill this thing. If he's not running speed, then I'm going to be faster, and we can kill the Golbat, and our rocks will stay up. And if he goes into Mamoswine, it's not the worst case in the entire world, because Primeape can take one hit and outspeed it, hopefully. So I am just going to go for the Discharge here again, as he does go into Mamoswine. That was a good play on his part, but it was a play I had to make by going for the Discharge. I could have clicked U-turn there, but I decided against it because I didn't want Golbat to get a free defog off. It's vitally important that Golbat comes in and is super low, and I don't have to deal with Roost Stall shenanigans. So now I'm going to switch because Mamoswine threatens me, and he's actually just going to get up his own rocks. Now, I can kind of tell that it's not going to be Scarfed Mamo anymore based on that. And I think I decide to go for an Ice Punch here, thinking over it, because I'm like, well, Golbat's to switch into a close combat, and I kind of just want to get rid of that thing. And I know he's expecting close combat, because that thing, it's going to destroy this thing. It'll actually destroy the Dodrio as well, and it'll likely do a ton of damage to the Hitmonlee. Espeon would be another good play, but that thing doesn't want to take Ice Punch either. And I do have U-turn, which would be better if he switches in Espeon, but not as good if he switches in Golbat. So I'm going to go for the Ice Punch as he's going to switch out, and we're going to get rid of Golbat, which I think is his only hazard removal, because I'm like, well, he's banned at Hitmonlee, there's no way he's running Rapid Spin. I'm actually going to go for the Ice Punch here again, and because we're Scarf, we have speed, and he's going to go for the high jump kick and kill me, which is fine, perfectly okay. Primeape really wasn't doing a lot against his team anyways, like it could kind of beat the Mamoswine, but that was about it. So I'd bring in Medicham here, and I couldn't decide what to do here. I decided in the end that Drain Punch wasn't the play because Espeon could likely come in, so I think I decided to go for Fake Out here. Because Thunder Punch isn't the play if Mamoswine comes in. Or do I go for Drain Punch? No, I go for Fake Out, and it does quite a bit of damage to the Dodrio. Less than I was expecting, actually. But my switch in is Zapdos to the Dodrio, and he's going to return, he's going to Endeavor, which is really good tech. And I was kind of hoping for the Static Para, which we got. It was between Static Para and Discharge Para that I was going to get him on something. And now I can roost up a little bit. I don't want to defog because I want my rocks to stay up for good chip damage on his team. We can see that he went first there, so we actually had some form of priority. I found out after the game he had Quick Attack. But now I'm going to go first, and I can discharge this thing and kill it. So there's Dodrio. Now Espeon's the only thing that outspeeds my team. Well, it's the only thing that outspeeds Mega Medicham left, and that thing's a threat. So I believe he's going to go into it here. No, he goes into Mamoswine, sorry. As I'm going to go into Cryogonal, because I can tank an ice type attack as he goes for toxic. So he's shown to be a little bit more of a defensive Mamoswine, and I'm choice specs. I'm just gonna click Ice Beam. I know I'm faster than this thing now, so if it wants to take the Ice Beam, then it can take the Ice Beam. It's gonna do a lot of damage, and he's just gonna Ice Shard, which is fine. Ice Beam does way more than I thought it was gonna do, way more. It turns out he wasn't Thick Fat. He was actually Oblivious, I think. Well, it doesn't really matter if he was Oblivious or Snowcloak, but he wasn't Thick Fat, so that Ice Beam did so much damage. And after toxic damage, we live one more Ice Shard, and I can kill him with an Ice Beam. And then I'm faster than Hitmonlee, so he has to bring in Espeon. And it's a chain of events, because then Zapdos comes in, and then Hitmonlee dies if that switches in, and Espeon dies. So I'm in a really good winning position right now. And he's going to Ice Shard me and actually crit me. I don't know if it mattered that much, because I'm just going to bring in Mega Medicham, and I think I go for the Fake Out. Yeah, I go for the Fake Out, pick him off, and he shows to be Rocky Helmet, so he's more of a Fizz Def variant, that's fine. Yeah, that crit doesn't... It mattered in the fact that Cryogonal can't switch in again on rocks, and didn't pick up the kill on Mamoswine, but it's fine because Mega Medicham got it, which is always better. So now he's going to bring out Espeon, because again, this thing threatens my Mega Medicham, and I just go into Zapdos, because that's my check to this. Psychic, again, doing pitiful damage. He can't kill me with another one, so I'm going to Roost. Hidden Power Ice doesn't do enough either, because we're max Spadef. So we're going to get up to a decent amount of health, and then Shadow Ball isn't going to do anything either. So I get the Discharge off, get some solid damage. That's a 2-hit KO on the Espeon there. And Hitmonlee dies on switch, so he's kind of left to sack his Espeon to my Zapdos here. Hidden Power Ice, again, not doing enough. So I'm just going for the Roost. And now I'm at a high enough HP that I can just kill this thing. I don't care if Hitmonlee Revenge kills me, because Togekiss outspeeds because it's Scarf, and Medicham also outspeeds, or Fake Out does 50% of this thing minimum. So Poison Jab actually kills me. I think that was his best play to kill the Togekiss. But Mega Medicham's just going to come out here and Fake Out and win the game. So we pick up the win 2-0. I'm really happy about that. We're 3-1 now in Dunsparces and Dragonites, and this was a really close match against Jed. Let me get some revenge for my loss against him in UPBA, and sort of builds a solid base for me in DND. We've got a good enough record now that we're near the top of the standings, I think, in DND. So I've got a little bit of buffer room, considering we only have 8 weeks left. Actually, that's a long time. But the fact that we're 4 weeks through this league already kind of blows my mind as well. Yeah, so I will be posting the D&D stuff, and then I'm actually going to be posting a CCBL friendly match against Jed. That'll be the last Crimson City Battle League video for Season 1. And yeah, so week 5 in D&D we play Caleb and the Adelaide Redraks. So keep an eye out for that, and I'll catch you guys later.